is, you've heard of fire by stone. Well, this is really fire with iron pyrite, or iron sulfide, or iron disulfide, depending on your educational background. But what it is you strike Marcasite. It's 53% sulfur, 47% iron. This is a pretty pure piece. This piece actually came from France, but you can get it up in Point Barrow, Alaska, and prehistorically it was traded all over the Arctic, even down into New England. There's a culture called the Beotucks that disappeared by the middle 1800s. And the first contact with them, they were using this for fire starting. And the only place for high-quality Marcasite in North America is around Point Barrow, Alaska. You can find it in New York and other places. You can find it in the South. But it has a lot of silica in it and does not give you a satisfactory spark. And you like to have a sure thing. And just so many things will light with this spark. I wrote an article for the Society of Primitive Technology Bulletin. And when I got up to about 20 different things I could light with it, I said, that's enough, I'll do the article. Because I kept running into people saying, well, that's a nice method, but you can't do it unless you have that fungus. And I kept saying, no, that's not true. And so I've used 2 different bird downs, 4 different punk woods, probably 8 or 10 different fungi. I took fur off my cat, fox fur. Yeah.
Which scrapings will you use?
Pardon?
Which scrapings will you use?
Yeah,
still alive.
It's amazing. Oh, and lots of thistles and downs off of plants and stuff. In this case, though, I'm going to use this plant here to catch the spark. And this grows on dead birch trees like this. It's called Fomes fomentaris. And you pull it off, and I process it right away if I'm the one doing it. And it dries up. It kind of acts like
Is it like a mushroom?
It's like a shelf mushroom, yes.
Yes.
It's a fungus.
It's a fungus.
It grows on dead trees.
Here it is. Here it is. As I pull it off and stretch it with my hands, I'm going to pass this around. Feel it. You're going to do like this. Oh, that's a piece of leather. No, this is a piece of fungus. It is now dry, but this will catch sparks from that. And what I do is I take.
They actually make hats from this in Europe.
Yeah, they make. Yeah, just don't wear a hat around a smoker. Because once that catches, that whole thing will just eat it up. I break it up into small pieces, just put it on a piece of leather and strike sparks. And whatever catches it, that goes into the tinder bundle. Or I will take, Or I will take this stuff if it gets too hard. Like I've had this for a number of years, and it's that yellow, golden yellow up in here that this comes from, not the polypores. If it's too old, then I'll take it and rub it against a real rough rock like this, and I get a fuzz. And the fuzz is highly flammable. So I got a whole handful of fuzz here. So I think what I'll do is strike into the fuzz today. You see the fuzz? That's just from that same fungus. One thing about this method is the ember is not as hot as hand drilling or bow drilling or strap drilling. So something that helps a lot of times is either get another piece of fungus like this and put it in your tinder bundle, just like this, powder it into your tinder bundle, or take punk wood, which is dead, decayed wood, and just pinch it into a powder. See it come out in a powder like that? Just put that, and it's sort of like going to McDonald's and supersizing your Big Mac. That's what I've done. I've supersized my ember here. And that'll all be much more formidable as an ember. And what you do then is you just strike glancing blows, and you knock sparks off into that. This method, by the way, goes back, proven, 22,000 years. They have mortuary offerings in Europe. They're finding them quite steadily now of early modern anatomical humans in that area, 22 to 25,000 years. And now there's a scientist, an archaeologist in Germany who thinks it may go back 60,000 years. The earliest arrivals of modern modern humans coming into that area. So now, are you going to see sparks? I heard someone right before we started talking about using flint and steel, and you see real nice yellow sparks. The sparks off of this are a dull red, and you probably won't see the sparks. I have to wait till I see a little column of smoke start to come up.
When it's dark out, you will see the sparks, but like you said, really dull red.
Yeah. So I'm going to strike in here. I make 3 or 4 blows, and I'm not sure what you're doing. Oh, you want photograph?
No. You may see the sparks if I block.
Oh,
you won't see it.
Well, I don't. As long as they...
In the shade, you won't see it?
No.
Probably not.
That dull red.
But we do this, up at Rabbit Stick, we did this a couple years ago in the dark. Got it all set up so I wouldn't mash my fingers first. A few strikes, all right, now we turned off all the lights, and somebody filmed it and put it on YouTube, and it really showed up nicely. Just all these red sparks coming off. So let's see, and then what gets me as I think about this, here I am in a village, and I'm hand drilling fires all my life, and some guy walks in the village and says, "Hey, you guys, look at this," and has a fire. Can you imagine the impact of that after generations and generations of working your butt off to get a fire, and some guy comes in here and hits a rock and starts a fire.
What village did you live in?
Okay, see how we do here. See? Look at that.
I see the smoke.
See it smoking? I've got 1, 2, 3 embers right there. So what I'll do, so as I don't lose all that buzz, I'll push a bunch of them together. See it smoking? Yeah. Oh, I thought about this and I said, this is easy enough. I sure would not have wanted to tangle with a anatomically modern female 30,000 years ago. I'm sure she would have kicked my ass. However, and I'm sure she could have done hand drills. However, all the mortuary offerings of this are only in male graves, which I kind of find intriguing. There's some kind of mores about this in those days, I guess, that the women did not do this. At least in those cultures that it's kind of like they predate the Celtics and all.
Men still do most of the barbecue. The barbecue,
so,
yeah.
Whoop. Well, I gotta try to save that. I'm losing it. In there.
Still going?
No. It went out, so I do another one. Well, it burned out. What happened?
Yeah, it burned out.
Okay.
There is a lot of iron pyrite in the
But it isn't like I have to say, "Oh shucks," again, because I didn't put any effort into it.
There is a lot of iron pyrite in the United States. It's mostly fool's gold, nice and shiny, gold looking, but it won't work for this.
There's 2 more embers right there.
So any iron pyrite stone too?
It won't work for this. It will not work for this. The cubic form of it will not work for this.
Well,
So what will work?
Unless you get a very big cube, maybe, I don't know. But,
I've got it to work, but it's difficult. You need this is called orthorhombic in geology terms. Forms as concretions, round like softballs or some are small as golf balls. The stuff we have here in the Southwest is isometric or square cubes. It is slightly harder, but harder in hardness. But when you go to hit it, it shatters more easily because of its structure. I've been doing demos with this probably 8 years, 10 years with that piece. I had another nice piece, but I gave it away.
you gave one to me.
How easy is that rock to find?
In Europe, they're everywhere. In Europe, they piss the farmers off because they're there plowing fields, and these big softball-like rocks come up in their equipment, and they're throwing them off to the side, and half of them are broken, and that's what we want. We want them broken like this. So
if you find a
I have
round,
an acquaintance over there goes around and collects all he can get.
Like you said, the only place you find it will be in Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah. I was talking too much and I let it go out.
Again.
I'll do it again. Yeah, this isn't one of those things that where you're wearing yourself out at all. So I'll do one more quick one, and then he's going to do the strap drill from the Arctic, and I'll talk about that.
Which is another drill, wood on wood drill.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh my God, lots of sparks. Lots of, too many. Too many. Too wasted.
Yeah, well, maybe it won't go out before you've been talking this time.
Yeah. But it shows you how the quality of the ember is much better with a hand drill or a bow drill, because those embers went out quickly in there. All of us with European ancestry, at some time our ancestors did fire this way.
You said Alaska, Europe.
Good question.
Where else?
The tip of South America. There were 3 cultures in Tierra del Fuego that used this method. You can find this quality marcasite at the lower end of South America.
How about Africa?
I've not heard it used in Africa. Have you? I've only heard it used in Europe and in